Hi folks, I tripped the camera into the what do you call it, AVH mode instead of my normal MP4, so it recorded, but it didn't record. So my laptop will understand it, as far as I know. So I'll just describe the two that I did this morning for you. Sorry you can't see me paint them, but this was the first one I did, the bottom one. I just wanted to do sort of marsh grass with a figure going through towards the sea. Horizon's a little bit on horizon, but it was very simple painting, and it's on canvas paper, limited palette. I did try a bit of Viridian, which is a very, very warm bluey green, mixed with other colours to get these reds and the darker areas. But I put some birds in, not very good. Now I look at them, I must have touched them. But anyway, I don't really want to waste the time by not showing them and describing them, because I took a bit of time. Well, not a bit of time, but probably about 15-20 minutes each one. But it was my first two back after the weekend, which was a really lovely time. We went to a big family do yesterday over in Romford, and we live about as far south as they of the Thames as they do with the north of the Thames, in Essex, lovely Essex. A lovely time, and my wife's nephew was there. A very fine artist. He started out life as a script editor in the BBC. He got the job for a friend who was working on Heartbeat at the time. I think that's what it was called. And he suggested to my wife's nephew, who's a very, very good artist now, that he apply for a job, which he did, and he wrote scripts for the BBC for many, many years, and it includes scripts for Casualty, EastEnders, which is a very popular, well, it was a very popular soap opera. But now he paints, and he can paint. He can paint photographically. He's had a super one of his dad, who died sadly several years ago. My brother-in-law, a lovely guy, and you couldn't tell it from a photograph. It's a wonderful piece of work, and that's what he does, and he's happy doing that. But like me, he tries hard to do things. I try hard to to do abstractions. He's quite good at it. I'm not. But I've been painting landscapes for so long now that it's very, very difficult for me to get out of the mood into this type of thing. This one's not a good one, but I was quite pleased with the light, the way the lights come out and reflected through. I've called it dusk over over a moor. Very, very simple painting. The sky is quite complicated actually, but the foreground is just put in a bit of paint. But I say that. But I enjoyed this. This is the way I want to go. I've been trying, and I've had some success here and there, but nothing that remotely considers where I would like to be. And with my nephew-in-law, we had a very long chat yesterday, but he showed me his latest stuff. I showed him mine, and whilst we're very, very different in temperament, he got a first in Oxford for English literature. And I suppose he's called himself Professor of English, but he chose a different path, and now in his 60s he paints these beautiful abstractions. We compared the artists we like, and he obviously didn't like the ones I like Howard Hodgkin and Sean Scully. But I mentioned the Danish painter for abstracting the landscape, although she uses or from what I've seen of her, a lot of acrylic on paper, and I've been quite influenced by her by doing sort of semi-abstract landscapes, very simple landscapes, but it's not simple, is it? We say it's simple, but it's not. Like everything worthwhile, it takes a lot of learning, a lot of practice, but it comes eventually. I've been doing these blue skies, as you know. It's gone a bit murky there because I got the wrong brush and tried to clean it off, but it still carried a bit of the murk. But never mind. It's not going to be published as a video. I'm sorry to say, this is the video of the two. So my palette, for what it's worth, is it's getting a bit messy now, but there's a white, there's some Griffin white in that, titanium white, cadmium red, ultramarine, so a bit of burnt sienna. I didn't use a lot of that. That's the Viridian. It's very dark blue green, but it's very powerful colour. And if you mix it with your yellows, you can get a wonderful a range of colours. So there we are. That's what I use. I use a very simple palette. I don't add lots of colours. Now and again, like the Viridian, I do, but I tend to keep my palette to about four colours, which would be the red, the blue, the burnt sienna, and the 5 colours, and some yellow ochre, plus the Winsor and Newton yellow pale, a bit of nondescript Payne's grey, which I use in most of my paintings. I do like it. It's not a colour; it's a stain really. So they're the two you would have got. So I hope I've described them for you. I will publish photographs of them on my Facebook page, so that people can see them. But they're not the best work I've done. But you know, we have off days and we have good days, as you know. Right, thanks for persevering. Sorry about the lack of the videos. I'll do some more tomorrow. Or I might not. I'm going for my first bike ride on the River Wandle for about 5 or 6 weeks since I fractured a rib when I fell off due to an aberration of the saddle. The saddle wouldn't let me. It was like Velcro. It stopped me sliding off the new saddle, and I sort of did a bit of an air hop and landed on my elbow and my rib. So that's more or less mended now. Well, I hope it is. I hope it don't fall off tomorrow. But the weather it's a lovely day today, but it's cold. It's colder than yesterday for the garden party we went to. We had a lovely afternoon. It was very warm, very lovely, and to see all our relatives. They're my wife's relatives, but we're a very close family, really, even though we don't see each other so much. And today it's it's cold but fair. Tomorrow it looks like being quite a good ride for us old bikers. So there's only 3 of us going. One's in the Cotswolds at the moment, enjoying a little break. So once again, apologies that you don't get the videos, and I'll try and make it up to you tomorrow or Wednesday. Bye bye.